the big day. Okay, just a quick update. It's like 6:15 a.m. Dan is feeding Ava the last clear fluid meal she can have. We're gonna leave immediately after that. We are all packed up. Last night was long, but okay. So she took her full formula feed at 2 a.m., which is like 190 milliliters, which is good for Ava. But then when we woke her up at 4 a.m. to try the breast milk bottle, she was just not interested. Which for those of you who have pumped before know that that's a little heartbreaking, but we had forgotten that we had that pack of breast milk in there. It was just something nice to try, and I feel good that she had the full formula feed. So we are just about ready to go, and then we check into the hospital, and like I said in my last vlog, so they are still deciding, well, they have to see Ava, and then they're going to decide whether or not to move forward with the surgery today, because she does have a slight ear infection, and then she did have the flu a little over 24 hours ago where she was vomiting. And so cross your fingers for us that everything goes okay and that we move forward. Thanks. Today's gonna go okay. We're gonna get in the car and we're gonna go to the hospital. We're gonna get checked in. We'll see our doctor. Okay. And then, I know, Daddy's gonna come too. You're right, he's the one behind the camera. He's gonna come too. And then you're gonna go back and you're gonna have a surgery. Okay. And it's gonna be hard. It's gonna hurt a lot, but Mommy and Daddy will be right there, okay? Yeah. And then we'll give you lots of cuddles. Yeah, we'll give you lots of cuddles. And we'll sit right there with you the whole time, okay? See my new necklace? It says strength on it, and it's for you and for me. Our friend Lindsay got it, yeah? All right, we're going to put you in your car seat. We're going to go, okay? I love you. Okay. Let's go. You ready? Good morning. Here we go. Roar! You ready? Hi.
Yeah, okay.
She's so tired. She didn't go to bed last night till like midnight, like I said, and she's like been fussy.
Here is the blanket for this.
Thank you.
And a warm blanket, and then here's some toys for her to play with.
Yay, toys! Okay,
And I'll move
perfect.
this over so I can close the door to give you guys some privacy.
Thank you. What do you see, Ava? That big old blanket for you to play on. Yeah.
Get that corner over there, sorry.
That's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you want me to get her a car so she can cruise around in the hallway with that?
I don't, is it one that she powers or we push?
Oh, you push.
Sure.
Yeah,
You
okay,
can do
so I'll
that.
just park it outside here for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
You hear that? We can put you right in the car. Yeah, we gotta put her in the hospital gown first.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Ava, what toys did they bring you to play with? Yeah? What's this? Is this a car? You were playing with a car kind of like this in Hawaii, weren't you? Do you recognize it? We should get you some cars. Yeah. This one doesn't make noise though. Ava, what do you got there? Oh my goodness! Is this your new ride? Ava June! She's like, how do I get it to go? Yay! She's so serious about it. Beep, 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 beep.
You gonna fix that? I don't know what you guys are laughing at.
She has us. Okay, so.
So everything went good at the surgery. Ava's been really tired, so most of this time she's actually been sleeping. She did wake up. We had to kind of wake her up to give her some pain meds. Then we had some crying. I picked her up. There is blood coming from her mouth, which is expected with the surgery, and it looks worse than it is because it mixes with the saliva in her mouth. And so that part's been interesting. I'm definitely glad we wore black. She seems to be doing pretty well, but like I said, she's been sleeping for most of this time, so we'll see how the next couple hours go. You get it okay?
Two glowing eyes sneak peek in the den. Mouse cries, "Who's there?" And a hare hops in. "Ho, mouse," says hare. "Long time no see." So they pop white corn.
Okay, Ava has been mostly sleeping actually, but we do have to wake her up every 3 hours to give her pain meds, and they are oral pain meds. And what's been happening is we wake her up, which she's already not happy about, and then she has to swallow the medicine, which she is really not happy about because she doesn't want to swallow, so she's like been holding it in her mouth. And so then she's pretty upset. Something kind of cool that happened was because you're always looking for the positive side. So she was pretty upset. She was crying, and Dan was holding her and decided he was going to try to read her some of her favorite stories. And like, as soon as he started reading her favorite bear book, The Bear Snores On, she just settled down right away and just really enjoyed story time with Daddy. So that was pretty special. We have asked the nurses around to see if we can get some more books for Ava, so hopefully that will help keep her calm. She is pretty swollen right now, and I don't know if you can tell from the footage, but she's got this thread attached to her tongue, and then it's tied to like some gauze just so they can keep track of the thread essentially. That is attached to her tongue in case that the tongue starts swelling up and blocking the airway. They'll take it out tomorrow morning, but it definitely looks kind of not fun. And then because the gauze is attached to it to make sure the string doesn't get lost, and she's been like having blood come out of her mouth because that's obviously the surgery site, it looks pretty nasty too. So that's where we're at. It's about 6 p.m. now. I'm interested to see how the rest of the night goes because she has been pretty much sleeping all day, and I'm sure there's a point where she's not going to want to keep just ongoing sleeping. So we'll see. Here, they've got like a mess on the table, but you can kind of see there's Dan reading. See all her mess from dinner. And coffee. Coffee helps. Alright, bye. If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh why can't I? And I'm hiding in the bathroom because I finally got Ava to sleep. It is about 11 o'clock. They gave her a little bit of morphine like an hour ago because she was really upset and kind of fussy and hurting. But once she got some morphine, she was like a little loopy, definitely tired, but like they brought out some toys and she was playing with some toys with her no-nos, or at least trying to. She was kicking her legs a lot. We read some stories, we sang some songs. I finally got her down, and then a nurse came to check her blood pressure. Now thankfully she did go back down pretty easily, and our next round of meds isn't until midnight, so I'm going to go try to sleep and try to get at least an hour of sleep before we have to wake her up again. But I've already heard her kind of stirring and crying, so we'll see what happens. Dan has gone home. Now this is per the surgeon's recommendation, so that he can actually get a full night's rest, and then at least one of us is like in full fighting shape for in the morning. which means I'm here by myself. Again, we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping there I get a little bit of nap. The other thing is I keep talking about this string because I think I had talked about it. She has a string attached to her tongue, which is attached to some gauze. The plan is that the surgeon's going to come in the morning and take it off because then we're past like the danger point. So other thing of note is that she is in the crib right now, the hospital crib. We did raise the elevation so that it's not flat because she is still getting a lot of saliva and some blood mixed in with the saliva. So hopefully she's able to sleep for the same hour I am. So day one almost over. Yeah, we made it this far. The next hurdle is to just see if she can eat, because they won't let us go home until she's eaten a certain amount, and we haven't even tried with the bottle yet because we've just been working on pain management. Plus with that string and the gauze hanging, it's not super easy for her to eat. So that's the task for tomorrow. Now there is a possibility we could go home tomorrow, but it depends on how she eats. If she refuses to eat, we could be here another 4 or 5 days. So we'll see how she does. She's always been a good eater, so I'm hopeful, but I'm just gonna take it one day at a time. So that's the update from the bathroom. Okay, thanks guys.
You're trying to put your foot on my nose, huh? Ew, stinky!
You have some medicine? Nom nom nom.
You're so cute. I like it when you're a happy girl.
Are you gonna take some medicine? Some medicine? Okay. Okay, I heard you. You don't have to. What do you got there? I'm gonna try some Pedialyte. Are you thirsty? How's that feel in your new mouth, honey? Undecided? I'm glad you're taking some swallows, kid. Good job. No, it's different. Okay.
What's on your shirt? Whoop! What's on your shirt? Whoop! Whoop! That was a good one. Whoop!
Hi, it's the end of day 2. We're here with Eva. She's hanging in there. She actually, I think, did really, really well. She still hasn't eaten yet, but we've been getting like smiles now. She's been more active. We had a couple giggles in there. She's been tolerating the no-nos, although she can kind of get out of it. It's like 11 at night though, so she's pretty tired. We're waiting for one more meds dose so that she can sleep for a longer section of time. So I wanted to say really quick too about like what surprised me so far, and then just what has been better than we expected. So I will say that there was a lot more blood. I know everyone is like, wear black because you might get blood on it. I thought there might be just like a little bit. When she came out of surgery, even though she was asleep, there was like gushes of blood coming out of her mouth. And they told us that sometimes if kids are awake and crying and it's bleeding like that, it can make a huge mess. So as like a word of, I guess, warning or setting expectations if other parents are going to go through this, That's part of why I didn't take a ton of footage at the beginning, because I think to watch it is alarming also, and I didn't want to scare anybody because obviously like it's a necessary surgery. It didn't feel scary because we knew and were reassured by the doctors that that was normal. She has, like, the first day was pretty rough, like I said earlier, but like day 2 was actually not as bad as I was thinking, because other than the fact that she's not eating, she's been doing pretty okay. It hasn't been as much crying. Now I know every kid is different, so like you know, if your kid is feeling the pain differently, there you may have more crying the second day also, but so far so good. We had my mom and, my dad and stepmom come in town, so we've been visiting with them some today, and otherwise just kind of resting and healing, and fingers crossed she'll eat food tomorrow and we'll go home soon. So that's the update for today, and thanks for following what's happening. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Say bye, Ava. Bye bye. She's like, I can kind of wave. Oh, there we go. Oh, I see yawn. I see a yawn. And a big old blink. Do you want to maybe cuddle for a while? Make him rest some more. Oh, big stretch! Hi, Daddy.
Hello.
Who's that guy? Is that your daddy? Eva, you're doing so good.
This is your first formula bottle since the surgery.
So we had a whole team of people in here. Our plastic surgeon, their assistants. We had a speech person in here, the nurse. We had like 8 people in here. And we're all talking about ways to get her to eat because she hadn't been eating. We tried eating in front of the group of people, no interest. And then as soon as we tried again, she just decided, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
She's been just eating. The speech person went to go get like a different nipple to maybe slow down the flow, thinking that would help. She's gonna come back in here and we'll be like, oh, look at what the baby's doing.
Yeah.
Oh, this is such good news.
Mm-hmm.
She still has some leakage and drainage stuff in her ear, so we're hoping to see the ear, nose, and throat doctor. So we'll see what this means for discharge, or if we wait for the ear, nose, and throat doctor, or what. But this is such a good sign. Yay! definitely got some footage of you sleeping.
Oh, perfect. High five.
Okay, so we got the news that we get to go home. So at 3 o'clock, Ava had another 2 ounces, and then at 4 o'clock, she took another, it was 100 milliliters, so around 3, almost 4, which means she made that magic 6 ounces within 6 hours thing. So they are feeling comfortable for her to go home now. So we're packing up. We still obviously have some recovery. She still has to keep the no-nos on for like 2.5 more weeks. But it is amazing, and we're so happy to be going home. We're so proud of her. She's done such a good job, even though I know it was probably really hard on her and on us. So thanks for all your encouragement and stuff. I'm sure I will do another vlog about more like maybe comparing the hospital visits, like what we thought was hard about each one, and some things that surprised us about this one, but just as a check-in as we go, I think we're all set. So thank you guys so much for all your kind words and support. Thanks to all of our doctors and nurses who are incredible, and moving forwards from here. Alright, bye-bye. Are you waving bye-bye? Bye-bye. It's harder with the no-nos. Oh, there we go to hand. Bye-bye.